is Carl Frampton making a very bold statement saying that Oleksandr Usyk has done more in 23 fights than anybody in the history of the sport. And he could already be the greatest of all time right now. And let me counterpunch. I like Oleksandr Usyk. I like Carl Frampton. I like what Usyk's done in a very short amount of time. Okay. And I think Usyk is a generational talent. To call him the greatest of all time before he's even retired, I think is a bit premature based on what? Well, for one, you know, I understand the struggle that he went through to beat a guy that I already thought he could beat. But the guy that the guy that I thought he could beat was Tyson Fury. Was Tyson Fury really the best? No. Usyk just proved that he was better than him. Okay, so before we start saying, okay, well, Tyson was better in the creme de la creme. No, you guys ate that shit up. You guys bought that. You bought what Tyson Fury was saying based on what did he do? You beat Derek Chisora for the third time and Deontay Wilder for the third time, and then you beat Vlad and didn't give him a rematch, and you want to claim to be the best of all time? What's wrong with you? No, that does not happen like that. You cannot claim to be the best. So the argument would be, it would be wrong for me to say and agree with Carl Frampton to say, yeah, Usyk's the greatest of all time. He's the best. And he did more in 23 fights than anybody in the history of the sport. Based on what? Beating Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury was a guy that perceived to be the best based on what he believed, that he was the best and made other people believe it. Therefore, it had to be true. No, it was based on his what? Accomplishments, accolades, okay, things that he actually did inside the ring. Not the crap that he did outside, not the stuff that the coke and the broads and the booze and no, that, and then I got 400 pounds and then I came back and I beat Deontay Wilder and, and all that. That does not mean anything because what did Wilder do? Who had a solid legacy besides Vladimir Klitschko that Tyson Fury actually beat? Don't worry, I'll wait. You see what I mean? Like, so you can't just say, it would be wrong for me to say Usyk's the best, that Usyk just beat a guy that claimed to be the best, but found out he wasn't the best because he didn't really do anything, because he really didn't fight the best in his era or the best around him at the time. He took a bereavement due to personal whatever reasons, and then when he came back, he didn't fight the best. So how do we know he's the best? We just know Usyk beat him. In order for this is how we find out that Usyk's the best. Usyk keeps doing what he's doing, keeps winning, keeps doing it exactly how he did with Tyson Fury or better. Keeps showing that he wants the new up-and-coming challenge, reoccurring challenges, possibly Daniel Dubois if he gets past Joseph Parker, things like that. Fight Zhilei Zhang, give Zhang the opportunity. Then someone like Bacala that claimed that he busted him up in sparring. Those are the type of things you do. If he beats Aget Kabayel, Zhilei Zhang, and Martin Bacala, yes, he will be good in 26 fights, more than probably, I don't want to say anybody in the history of the sport, because people did fight differently back in the day, and I'll talk about that later. But he would, at this era, be an all-time great. An all-time great right now for beating these guys, because he's beaten every possible person that was a clear and present danger to him right now, that claimed to be good, that people thought that could beat him. He beat them. That's how you become that person. You turn like you are from Missouri. Show me, the show me state. You show people what you can do. That's how you do it. But now it's too premature just beating Tyson Fury twice. Just Tyson Fury isn't good as we thought he was going to be, or thought he was good as he thought he was. Okay, so it don't really matter. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to say, yeah, Usyk's better than anyone. He's better than anyone that he's beat. That's the difference. Then based on the people that he's fought, okay, he's beat them. But if you don't fight everyone, we won't know. Until we know, you can't say so. Okay, and that's the reality of it. Because a lot of these assumed fights that, oh, man, he'll whoop him. And we don't give it much energy or much thought. And then what ends up happening when those fights get made based on popular opinion, that person goes out there and fights that guy that he's supposed to wipe the floor with, and he gets beat. That's what happened with AJ, right? Hell, that was really what's supposed to happen to Usyk. Everybody thought Usyk was too small. until they found out he wasn't. Oh, no, he can hurt Tyson. Oh, my God, what's with this? I've been telling you guys that. Okay. So boxing comes in form of the person in front of you. That's the most popular or most dangerous or most challenging person that you will ever fight, is the person that is previously in front of you, because you don't know what's going to happen in that fight. It's a world of combat. You don't know what happens in the world of combat. You know, you're actually using your fist to punch the other guy in the face and vice versa. You don't know what can conspire after that. Headbutts, clashes, you know, all types of stuff could happen in the ring. Death. Like Wilder says, death, right? So, yeah, I think people are now getting carried away with that. Now, and people do it. They jump on the bandwagon until the wagon breaks down. That's what they do. You know, and I'm just here to remind people, yes, praise Usyk, but don't go overboard with it. Understand what he did, but only what he did, not what he could do, because he ain't done, okay? So he'll beat Zhilei Zhang. Oh, he'll beat Bakali. Oh, he'll do this. Why? Because he beat Tyson Fury twice? No. Tyson Fury has nothing to do with those other three opponents. Nothing. He does not share like mind, body, strength, or anything else with them. You know what I mean? That's not a reincarnated Tyson. You have to go to the next challenge and work accordingly and do your due diligence to beat that opponent, not the opponent you just beat. So we need to stop assuming that Usyk can beat all these guys. Maybe he can, but then again, we have to find out. So what Carl Frampton's talking about, well, hey, I do believe that we should give his respect now, but it's a certain thing called, you know, giving too much too soon. But you guys tell me what you think of Carl Frampton stating that Oleksandr Usyk is an all-time great. He's done more in 23 fights than anybody in the history of the sport. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch.